And well, so yeah, it's just the best feeling ever, and it's just the perfect place to start my journey. I couldn't have imagined it like this. It's so perfect. So 2 years ago, I started as an au pair in Poland. It was not my plan. Poland wasn't on my list at all. And I'm honest that my family was like, "What? Why are you going to Poland in 2 weeks?" Because that's how it happened. I had a lot of countries on my list for the summer. But then I got a message from a Polish family from Krakow, and they wanted me in April already. So I was like, okay, within 2 weeks I can come. And my family was like, no way. So I just looked a little bit up of Krakow on Google just to see some photos. I was like, oh, that looks nice. I can go there. And of course I texted with the Polish family, and the mom gave me her Facebook, so I knew, it's a single mom, she has a daughter, and they will pick me up from the airport. So that's how it started. And since I didn't know anything about the country and the city, I just came with like a really open mind without any expectations. And I remember that the first week was kind of intense because, of course, I left everything behind in the Netherlands. So I just left behind my life that I had for 29 years. And I started a brand new one in a brand new country with brand new people, with people I didn't know, a country I didn't know, place I didn't know, language I didn't know, even a different valuta, the zloty instead of the euro. But it was immediately like full on because it was still COVID time. So the girl had online school, so I helped her with that like all day long from Monday till Friday. And then in the weekend I took some time to do some walking in the neighborhood because it's in the south of Krakow, so it was not really close to the city center. And then on the way to horses or on the way to like a hospital appointment, the family brought me to the city center, so I walked around there. And bit by bit I discovered like, oh, I can easily walk this way. And then I discovered like I can cycle there because I had a bike. So then I cycled a lot to the city center because the girl went to school again after 2 weeks, so I had some more free time. And during the day I cycled a lot to the city center. But then I had to come back at 2 because I had to make her food, like obiad, the big lunch. Because after the lunch she went to horses. So that was how it was. And I remember that in the beginning it was really hard for me because I didn't understand anything of the language, and I also didn't really take the time or had the time to learn it because it was so busy, and because I had other things on my mind, like discovering the city and finding my way. Because in the beginning I was like, okay, I don't know how the trams work, so I will just cycle instead of taking the tram. And now I'm like, wow, it's so easy. It's so easy. And I didn't really go to restaurants because I was afraid that they could only speak Polish, so I just bought some things in the supermarket and then ate lunch for myself or breakfast on a bench all alone, because I didn't know any people in Krakow as well, and I didn't know how to, make contacts. So, and it was a really brief period of time because it was only 6 weeks that I was an au pair here. And And I spent a lot of time with the mom and the daughter. And we got really close. We loved each other a lot. So my life was just about spending a lot of time with them. Also because I knew that I would leave again. So that was my goal, to spend as much time as possible with them, because the time we had was really, really rich. And we just loved each other a lot. So I know that not all au pair stories are like that, but that happened with us. So the goodbyes then were also really hard, because I kind of fell in love with the country as well, because they showed me some places like Pieniny National Park and Zakopane and Morskie Oko and the mountains and stuff. So as a Dutch person, seeing those beautiful mountains blew my mind. So and Pieniny instantly got into my heart, and just, even though I couldn't understand any Polish still in those 6 weeks, I kind of got used to it, even though I felt a little bit lonely because I didn't know what they were saying. But and when I left to be an au pair in another country with another family, I just missed my Polish family, and kind of missed Krakow, and just because it was really far away, I was on the other side of the planet. So So my story of becoming an au pair in Poland is pretty unusual, and I would recommend, if you're consciously deciding to come here as an au pair, take your time. Stay at least 3 months. Take your time to learn the language, take lessons, because there's so much to discover here. It's such a beautiful country. Because it's 2 years later and I am in Poland. And even more special is that I'm back at the place where I began. So I have these conscious feelings of how different it now is to be here compared to when I first came here. Sometimes I feel like the Nienke from 2 years ago. But then I'm like, no, you're 2 years older, wiser. Because now I know how to use the tram. I know the city so well. I know Poland really well because I've discovered over 50 places already. I have to make a video about that. I did some hikes here. I met a lot of people in the city as well. But still there's so much more to discover. I really want to enjoy life here and really live here. And make it my real home. It's like a full-on spring day today. It's like 15 degrees and it will be 17. It's now 10 in the morning. What a day. Amazing. So good. I really needed this right now. I had a little bit of a 2 hard days. After I uploaded the Polish video, I was realizing that I was struggling a little bit. Well, not a little bit, quite a lot, because I also felt immediately in my body like some pains and stuff. So I was just, avoiding a little bit being around the Polish family, because my confidence in speaking Polish was so low, and it felt for me that they didn't like me having me around. So I was just going to the city a lot and doing all my things. And yesterday I met with Kim and the kids, which was really nice because the kids were so excited to see me, and I talked a lot with Kim and we had a lot of fun. And it's nice to talk with other people as well and feel that you are actually loved. And sometimes you forget it, but you know, it's not the responsibility of others, because I know I am. Because I also like myself, that's also important. Thank you all for all your kind messages under my last video. I really appreciate it a lot. I have to take some time to read them all, but I saw that they were all like positive and encouraging, so thank you so much for that. That also helps with the support. So now I'm really enjoying this beautiful spring day in Poland. It's just today, because tomorrow it will be 6 degrees again. So now I will soak in all the sun and relax for a bit, and then tomorrow work again, and planning some interviews with people for my series. So be ready for that. I hope you have a really nice day. Oh, wind. I'd love to hear from you. So normally I don't eat bread, but look what I found in the shop. I mean, I think I had to buy it, right? Also yesterday, Kim and I went to a market in the northwest of Krakow, and it was so cute, like all those stands and then all those fresh products, and it smelled so good, and I was like, okay, as soon as I have my own place here, even when I live with others, I can do it still, but I will go to the market, and then on Friday, for example, or Saturday, I will buy some delicious fresh food, like fruit and like cheeses and everything, like all the small things as well, for little snacks, to enjoy life and to enjoy the weekend, and to enjoy on my own or to enjoy with my guests. Yeah. So yesterday I was there with Kim, and I already saw it like in my mind how I go there like every week. Yeah, really nice. Really like the local small markets in Krakow. So the biggest thing I grew in, and that I've realized these 2 years, the biggest difference that I know, is to not get attached too much to people. Love them, of course, but don't need them, you know? That's the thing, because otherwise you miss out on next phases of your life. You miss chances, and yeah, very important one. So also don't fall back into old habits or the old self that you are not anymore, like old negative habits, because that's a little bit what I did the last 2 days, and it's not who I am anymore. So I even felt it stronger than than all those years ago. So yeah, it's nice to have that contrast as well, because you learn and grow a lot from that as well, if you know how to relax in it and then go further.